Hey family, on November 20th through December 1st, 2022, we will have the all-inclusive Kenya trip. Now, a lot of times people have said, hey, Phil, when's the next trip we'd like to go? I want to see Africa for myself, but this is the time to go. Everything will be taken care of. All excursions are paid. You can do monthly payments. You know, they'll have safari and a 6-city tour. You will see Charlie Island, which is something that we did not see last time on the tour. This tour will be 12 days instead of 7 days. So make sure to secure your place on the trip by going to www.wbsvs.com, make your deposit, and then you can start making your payments, and we'll see you in Kenya. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? All right, today we're going to give you an update on the Kenya tour. Now, let me talk about that before we even give you any kind of updates about that. You know, a lot of times I tell y'all to go and see the African continent for yourself. Stop listening to other black folk talking you out of things, because black folks are very good at talking you out of things to do. They always say a lot of silliness about, you know, oh, safety, this and that and the third. You live in freaking Babylon. You talking about safety. We are not safe as black folks in this country, as you can clearly see. Now, we went to Kenya back in 2019, took a group of people, you know, that came through this channel, and it was a good thing, you know, for that to happen. Other people said, okay, when y'all gonna do something like that again? Of course, the pandemic hit, and that stopped all of that. You know, we re-picked it back up, you know, March of this year, and now we got November, the Kenya trip. So we wanted to give some updates on that. There's 23 people I found out that signed up for the tour. And just for people that's asking information of me, which I'm not the guy to be asking a lot of information from, I will provide links. But the people that do need to hear is Kia. She'll be here to explain that once again. And also Sista Lauren. I actually met her on the South Africa trip. She will be returning, I guess, to the Kenya trip as well. So let's get those awesome ladies on the screen here. So Sista Lauren and Sister Kia, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having
Hi,
me.
Phil. Thank you.
All right, Kia act like she's scared to talk. You saw how she came in, y'all. Act like she the main one want to talk. She talk more than me. Anyway, you know, so let's get to it, right? Kia, what is the update? What people have been asking you behind the scenes about the tour that maybe, you know, that you didn't cover the last time that you were here? Because it's just about information.
Yes, that's a good question. So a lot of the people were just kind of concerned about the COVID testing and if they had to take the vaccine. As of right now, Kenya is not requiring you to be vaccinated. And then the requirements for the testing is still 72 hours prior to your trip. So we're still in the clear. And again, you should be able to go to any of your local CVS stores to get the PCR test. You do have to have the PCR test. And then the second question we had is if the e-visa is included, and that is included into that package as well. So we really haven't been getting a lot of crazy questions. People have really been reading, because, you know, people don't read, or they'll just call me or set an appointment, and I'll just call people back just to inform them. But for the most part, I think people were really just concerned about the vaccine and the e-visa.
Okay, all right. So that's the two concerns now, and I have definitely a few more questions to ask you, but let's get to Sister Lauren here. She's a new face that people probably haven't seen before. You know, so Sister Lauren, I met her at the South Africa tour, but I heard she went with Kia and them to Senegal. Am I correct, Lauren?
You are correct.
Okay, and Sister Lauren is in the same location as me, so definitely in the Texas sister for sure. But Lauren, what was your experience going to the African continent? I know, how many times you've been?
I have been to the continent twice.
You've been twice so far. Okay.
Yes.
So prior to you going, what were people telling you that when you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to," what's your first country? Was it Senegal?
It was Senegal.
Okay, prior to you going to Senegal, you told friends and maybe family that you're going to go to Senegal. You know, what was that response?
So it was interesting when I told my friends and family. They were like, "Senegal? Why are you going to Senegal?" And I was like, because it's the African continent and I want to go to Africa. And then when I would tell some of my coworkers or just associates that happen not to be brown, they would be all excited, like, oh, that's a trip of a lifetime. That's amazing that you're going. So it was kind of strange how people that looked like me were kind of questioning why I was going, whereas people who didn't look like me already knew that it was going to be a great trip.
Okay, so you say they were questioning you about why, but what specifically were they asking you if anything stands out?
I mean, the only thing that really stands out is, they didn't really know. They're like, are there nice beaches there? Where are you going to be staying? What are the hotels like? I mean, they really just didn't have any idea of what was available in the continent of Africa.
Okay, the thing that frustrates me a lot, we live in an information age, and those questions could be easily, found out on Google. America, and I just think what I found, it's not really even just Black folks. I think it's Americans in general. We have been raised to be very ignorant. Just to be honest with you, we've been raised to be very ignorant. We've been socialized to just think that we're the most important people of the world and nobody else matters. But when you look at other groups, especially in the white community, they have no problem traveling places. And I'm pretty sure, Lauren, when you went to Senegal, did you run into white Americans there?
There were some white Americans there.
And for sure we ran into them in South Africa.
Definitely.
Yeah. So they'll have no problem going to Africa, but Black folks, some we asking a million questions. But like I always tell people, my message isn't to those people. My message to the people that just in the back of their mind, like, what is it? What is this about? Right. So, we have all these, shortages of what is it? The baby formula. We got all this craziness with the Supreme Court that's going on. Kia, what people have been asking you since all this stuff been going on crazy in this country about travel?
To be quite frank, most of your viewers haven't been asking a lot. I just had one lady that was concerned about if anything, should anything go array here in the States or in Kenya, would we still be traveling there? And I said, well, I don't see anything, anything that's going to stop us from going to Kenya. I know that one of her concerns were about the elections. They're actually in their election year now, and actually it's June, so we're getting ready. They're getting ready for elections, and so we're going after it once it calmed down a bit. But as I told her, nothing is stopping us from leaving the States to go to Africa this year.
Right. Because the pandemic, and some people, if they complain about a PCR test at this point, listen, my 7-year-old was the worst person ever about a PCR test, and she's just now finally, is cool with it. So if a 7-year-old could take a PCR test, then an adult can take a PCR test as well. Is it comfortable? It just depends on who's doing it. Just to be honest with you. Because I think my first PCR test, I think, was the worst. But after that, everybody else was like, they were just so cool with that. I'm like, man, I ain't feel that junk. Actually, it made me laugh. I don't know why. It felt like a tickle to me. And I just started laughing. They say, well, the person I know would be laughing at it. I said, I just think it's funny, for some reason. So y'all take care of the visa. You take care of everything they need. What are the, outside of those questions, anything, Kia, that you need to address? We got 23 people.
Yeah.
Definitely want to hit the 30 mark for sure.
Yes.
Okay. When do they need to be paid up?
So the last payment is October the 20th. So if you are still interested, you have until October the 20th of this year. And I think we did not cover the last time is the exclusive dinner. We didn't say that at all. And that is actually included in the package. So for you all that are coming on the trip and you all that are interested in coming on the trip to meet Phil, he has an exclusive dinner that's already included in this package where you can meet him, eat with him. I'm not sure how many questions you may ask him. Maybe even ask him, he can answer that, but it is a Q&A exclusive deal. So yeah, I thought that was super cool that we were able to add that to this package and, just give you all that experience, as well as we will be in Kenya for Thanksgiving, but we are calling it Friends and Family Fellowship. And so we'll actually have a dinner on Thanksgiving in Kenya, so that you feel like you're still home with your family, because you are going to be away, but we're all family. And so we want to just make sure that we accommodate those who may be missing their family through Thanksgiving.
Yeah, now mentioning that dinner situation, and I want to address something about that too, and maybe Lauren could maybe back me up on this. I'm not that hard to talk to, am I, Lauren?
No, you're very approachable. I remember you came to dinner with us in South Africa. We had a meet and greet with you. We saw you at the airport. I mean, we were talking to you everywhere.
Okay, because some people, because some people, you know, is like, because you know, you have Kia knows this. You have different personalities, and it was like, oh, well, Phil didn't talk to me much. If you're a quiet person and you don't say much to me, I'm not gonna. I speak to you, but I'm not gonna hold a lot of conversation with you because I don't know your personality. I don't know if you don't like to talk much, and you know, you try to talk to somebody that don't want to talk, they be like, what this dude doing? Right? He's doing too much. So I don't want to be accused of doing too much. You know, I'll just like, I engage you how you engage me.
Right.
Some people I may talk to more than others because that's how they engaging with me. But I show no favorites to nobody. I don't even know nobody to show favorites, right? Now, of course, I see Lauren. Of course, I'm gonna speak to her because I know her already. You know, but if it's somebody new, you can come speak to me. No issue, no problem. I'm not a bad person. I'm not gonna chop your head off. We just go in there just to have a good time.
Agreed.
Kia, is she still there?
Yeah, I went out for a minute.
Okay, all right. So outside of that, just to recap. So you have to, once they sign up, pay up, they get all information. You find out you JFK, correct?
Yeah, we're flying out of JFK or Dulles, but it looked like we will be flying with Emirates to Kenya. So that's a
Emirates. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be flying through Emirates. Yeah.
I heard their economy is even decent.
You know, they're top notch. They're top notch.
Yeah. So. Okay. So y'all, she talking about flying Emirates, but that's actually a really decent airline. I know Emirates and Qatar is the two I heard their economy is even fly.
Correct. Qatar, Emirates, and Turkish are really, really good. And those are the ones I like to fly with. Of course, we would fly with KQ, which is Kenya Airways. They're just not flying as often right now. They were impacted for COVID. But yeah, Dubai is our stop. And then we may have a layover in Dubai. So you can roam around the huge airport, go to the lounges. If you have membership, that's one of the things I suggest. Sign up for memberships through these airlines so that you could have access to the lounges. Also, please get TSA approved because you do not want to be in those long lines. And even furthermore, get global entry because that Trump TSA clear and everything else. You go right through the line. I just came back from Belize this morning. And coming into Miami airport from Belize through customs, I went straight through global entry and straight to TSA pre-approved, and we didn't have to go through that, oh my God, crazy line coming from all these different places around the world. So I advise you all to please apply for those things for this trip as well.
Yes. And if you get global entry, ladies and gentlemen, they give you TSA PreCheck with it.
Correct.
And it's good for 5 years. So that's something I think any international traveler should have. Also, like she said, get clear, especially the worst airport I've dealt with so far is Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta. And even if you got pre-check, you may miss your flight. With clear, with the pre-check, with global entry gives you pre-check, you just go right to the clear side. They take you to the front. You never miss your flight at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport out of Atlanta. So that is a plus. Look, if you're going to travel, you need to have these things. Lauren, do you have that?
Yes, I have global entry. I don't have clear, so I need to get clear.
Yeah, you can sign up on that. You can just download the app, sign up. Then when you go to the airport the next time, they'll take you through the thing, like scanning your eyes, doing all the stuff they do. And then, you just go to the clear line. They take you all the way to the front where pre-check at. They got a special line. And you feel like a VIP with clear.
I'm going to sign up for that.
And some of the airports have clear and pre-check together. So that's, yeah, I think in Dulles and DC, and I think in JFK now, they have, and LAX, they have clear and pre-approved, I mean TSA pre-approved together. So
Yeah.
that's even more faster than using the clear or the TSA pre-approved. But I had a question. Can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
I wanted to ask a question for Miss Lauren, since she is on here. Can you tell the audience about your experience with Worldviews in Senegal and what they can expect in Kenya?
So Senegal was actually my first trip to the continent. So I had never ever been to the continent before. Kia and her company made everything seamless. Literally, the only thing that I had to do was send in my payments, and I sent them, I think, a copy of my passport. They book your flights. They make sure that your accommodations are taken care of. If you have a question, no matter what time of the day or night, you can email them, you can call. If they don't answer or email you back right then, they'll get back to you like literally the next day. I didn't have not one hiccup on my trip. Everything was perfect with them. Once we were in Senegal, Kia was right there with us. Tanya was with us. And we actually had something to do that night. We had an event that night where we met a Senegalese like fighter. And then that next morning, we hit the ground running. They took us to the bank so we could go to the ATM. We got our SIM cards for our cell phones so that we could have, our cell phone access. And we were gone. I mean, we did something every single day. We were always busy. And it was great. So I recommend definitely using Worldviews. Kia and her team are excellent. I've only used 2 other travel companies, and I will say that Kia's company was the best. Oh, and one other thing, Kia's company, they give you Zoom calls before you go on your trip. So you get to meet the people that you're going on the trip with before you ever even leave your house. So that's another good thing.
Yeah, Kia got y'all spoiled with that. I
Yes.
will say that. She got y'all spoiled, definitely for sure. But also, I want to say something too for people that potentially would like to go. If any of you have any 420 addictions, let me speak about that. This is me talking. You should not be bringing anything like that through an airport or seeking that sort of thing in foreign countries, because you could possibly be arrested. Because a lot of this stuff isn't legal in certain places, because I've heard of an incident that kind of happened it wasn't a Kia's tour, but the previous one in South Africa about someone. So leave your 420 addictions in Babylon, please. Don't take the risk, because and it's not legal on the federal level. It's not legal at all, no matter what the state says. And if they catch you with something, you're gonna be like Brittany Griner. You're gonna be locked up. So I just want to make sure to put that out there. Kia, has anybody ever asked you about that before? Could they bring their situation with them?
No, I'm going to keep that right there. No.
Okay.
But I wanted to say to Lauren, I was going to bring that story up, because Lauren is like, she was going on a trip, and she said, they didn't do the Zoom calls. I said, oh no, honey, we do that. That is Worldviews. So yeah, we will be starting those Zoom calls. Actually, it's June. So we'll be starting our Zoom calls around September, about 90 days out. We're going to be hacking you all with a lot of information, just overloaded information, repeat information. And that's just to make sure that people are receiving it, reading it, and understanding it. But those Zoom calls are very important, because as she said, it gives you a chance to meet us, meet the team, meet your everybody else that's traveling with you. And then by the time we get on the ground, you feel like you already know them, because you've been meeting with them for the last 90 days. I also do want to include that for all of our tours, travel insurance is mandatory. So you can purchase that on our website. If you go to the top of the website page, you'll see travel insurance. click it, it'll redirect you to the next page, which is the World Nomads link. It definitely walk you through how to obtain the insurance. If you have any questions, just feel free to call us or email us.
Travel insurance is very important because if anything happened to you, well, God forbid, you want to make sure, because a lot of these foreign countries don't have the rules that America has about just letting you just into the hospital. A lot of those places, if you don't have money, like just you stuck, right? So you definitely want to have, some travel insurance. Some people maybe even came down with the virus or whatever. You definitely want to have some travel insurance. That's just very, very important. No matter what country you're going to, get in the habit of purchasing travel insurance. Lauren, let me ask you another question here, just about travel in a sense. Now, since you have been to at least 2 different African countries, what is your perspective now, since every time you come back to America?
So I will say, before I went to the continent, because I view your channel and other similar channels, like I already knew that Africa was going to be great. So I had a good idea about what it would be like. But I am so sad when I have to leave the continent. I mean, you just feel great when you're there. Everybody looks like you. Everybody treats you so nice. You just feel like you're the majority and you're amongst like family. I would definitely move to Africa right now if I could. It's definitely a better, I know people use the word vibe a lot these days. It's a much better vibe than the United States. You don't feel like an other when you're on the continent, no matter where you are. Because I've been to Senegal and I've been to South Africa. So 2 different areas of the continent, and I loved both of them.
Yeah, and the deal is, Lauren, and maybe you could speak to that, is that in Black America, we so accustomed to oppression, and we so accustomed to white supremacists' daily aggression, or even the microaggression part of white supremacy, that, some of them, have you noticed how they get mad at you, some of them, when you're discussing going abroad or being in Africa? And I think for me, that is like the weirdest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Just for me, it's always weird to see that response. But have you dealt with that response?
Well, I was going to say, when we were in Senegal, when we would go places and there would be white people there, they can tell that you're an American Black person. And so you could just see something go across their face, like, oh, that's an American Black person and they're here. But it's like, since you're in the majority, you're like, yeah, we're here. So what you gonna do about it? So, and then in South Africa, there's a lot of white people. And so that was a little bit of different experience. But once again, they know that you're an American Black person. And then as far as the white people here in America, I mean, when I tell them, I traveled to the continent and what areas I've been to, you've been traveling to the continent. So it's a mixed bag when you're talking to white Americans.
No, the main issue I was talking about was Black people here.
Oh, Black people here.
Yeah, like kind of like, because we have people like, I ain't no African. I ain't going over there. Like, okay, brother, you stay here.
I just think it's silly and sad at the same time, because why wouldn't you want to go somewhere where the people look like you? Those same people have no problem going to Europe. They have no problem going anywhere else. And you're missing out. I mean, Africa's beautiful. The continent is beautiful. If you're worried about, your creature comforts, the places that I went, especially when I was on tour with Kia, we had everything that we wanted, everything we needed. You just got to get out of that mindset of being afraid to go, or thinking that just because you're not born on the continent of Africa that you shouldn't be going. And now those same people, now that they know that I've gone to Senegal, South Africa, and that I'm going to Kenya now, they're excited. They're like, oh, so when's your next trip? I may want to go. So sometimes you just have to be that first person in your group to go. And then once they see that you went, you made it back, and you had a great time, then they want to go too.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned South Africa, because I know I seen just when I was in Kenya last time, I seen just maybe just a few white folks here and there in Mombasa, if anywhere. I think, well, the hotel I was staying at, you see a few of them come through there. But yeah, when we went to Cape Town, I tell this story because I'm pretty sure when you saw Cape Town, you're like, man, where these people come from? Like in Johannesburg, I saw them just maybe a few here and there. But when I was in Cape Town, I was just floored for a minute. I'm like, where all these white folks come from?
Everywhere.
You
I was
know,
shocked.
but then I had to go home in the hotel and look at the demographics. But the demographics of Cape Town is actually majority black, though. They like 15% of the population.
Right.
Yeah, but it didn't look that way where we were at least.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So the interesting part, I always tell this story, and Brother Sharif say, you still talk about that story? I sure do. I mean, one, Brother Sharif, you met him.
Yeah.
In Kenya, they called him a Mzungu.
Right.
So they call you that in Kenya, don't feel bad.
That's if you are of a lighter hue, and they must have just glanced at him real quick and must have thought he was a Mzungu, but he certainly don't look like one.
No. I always thought that was just extremely.
That was hilarious. Yeah. I didn't. Peace to everyone that's going to South Africa. My experience at Cape Town was quite interesting. I just felt a certain kind of way because most of the Afrikaans live in the township. And even when I was there, and this was in 2018, I think I went, and I asked my tour guy at the time to take us to the townships. And I'm that type of girl, and that's why when y'all come on our trips, you get in the real deal, But he wouldn't take me. He wouldn't take me to the townships, and he was very scared. And I was just like, is it that?
He was wise because basically in the townships, it's kind of like in some hoods in America. If you don't got the pass and you're not checking in with certain people, they about to run up on you, because I've heard stories where tour guides have taken people into certain townships, and then this quick they surround them and they like, hey, give me that phone, give me this, give me that. You know what I'm saying? So he was wise if he'd had that pass to go into that particular township. Yeah. You don't want to get robbed or nothing like that. But I had a lot of black people say, hey man, you need to come to Durban. That's the spot you need to be going to. Yeah, Cape Town, go to Durban, but Cape Town is beautiful. Like I said, Kenya's beautiful country too. Mombasa's beautiful. Like I said, pretty green water, white sand. It's like I said, Lauren, you're gonna enjoy Mombasa. Trust me, you're gonna really like that.
But even furthermore, you're gonna love Chale Island. Okay. So we get 3 locations. We have 6 cities on this tour. Not sure if you all understand. 6 cities in 12 days. So you fly into Nairobi, we go to Nanyuki, we go to Nakuru, and I'm probably saying it wrong for my Kenyans out there. Y'all can correct me later. Then we go to North Coast Mombasa, where we're staying at a 5-star hotel, the English Point out there. And then we'll do a city tour. The next day we will travel from North Coast to the south coast of Mombasa, which is called Diani. We're going to do like a quick marketplace there, shop at, run in Diani, which I thought was so amazing when we went last year. And then we're going to head over to Chale Island, which is the only private island resort in all of Kenya. It will remind you of the Maldives or the Seychelles or something of that sort. It's very exclusive. And we do have upgrades. So the rooms that you all will be getting on this trip are the standard rooms, which are beautiful because it sits right off the Indian Ocean. So wherever you're going to be at on the resort is beautiful, but you can upgrade to a bungalow or a beach house. So I advise you all to jump on this trip right now because it is limited seats. As Phil said before, we got 23 seats left. I've taken his job by being the moderator right now, but 23 seats left on this trip. And I'm excited.
No. You got 23 people signed up.
I mean, yes, I got 23 signed up. How much is that left? I'm not good at math.
Well, it's 30. It is 30. So y'all don't have much time.
7.
Like
there you go. 7 spots left. And that is just a summary of what we're going to be doing. I mean, it's packed with so many things that we like to surprise you all. Lauren saw some of that while we were in Senegal. So yeah.
Oh, Kia, something I want to mention, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. Please do not wear camouflage. Don't bring camouflage clothing with you to Kenya.
Yeah. I agree.
No, because some people don't know that about a lot of countries is that like only the military can wear. For here we wear camouflage all day long. But let's say if a lady or a man wears something with camouflage, you don't want the police or somebody to run up on you, and now they talking about want to take you to jail, talking about what you wearing that for.
Right. Yeah. And what we'll do is as we move forward, getting closer to the trip, as I said, we're going to overload you with information. So we're going to show you, send you what you can wear, what you can't wear, what to say, what not to say, where you can take pictures and videos, all of those things we're definitely going to equip you with. And we will be with you the entire way. And then even flying there, we'll have somebody that already traveled with us before be the lead flying with you all, and then we'll be on the ground to greet you when you arrive.
All right, that sounds real good. So Lauren, will the payments hit you over the head? Was the payments real bad?
No, the payments did not hit me over the head. They have payment plan options if you want to do payment plans, and I think Kia, correct me if I'm wrong, it's either bi-weekly or bi-monthly, however you want to set it up. Or you can, if you're fortunate enough, you can just plop down your full amount. You can do that too.
Okay, because some people say, "Oh, that must be for rich people." No, you make the payments like everybody else, and because most people don't. Well, no, I'm not gonna say. Well, so some people don't have it where they can just drop that kind of cash on the spot. Some people do, but also, if people want to, once they get they flight tickets, if they would like to upgrade their tickets, they can do that on their own, correct?
They can upgrade it. So once we secure your flight, we'll send the information out. You'll have your e-ticket number, and you can go on the website, the Emirates website, and upgrade your ticket if you like. You can also upgrade your rooms. Standard rooms are included in the package. We are going to 4 different hotels, and they're between 4 to 5 star, but you can also upgrade. But that is once you lock it in and you're interested in doing that. We don't give out that type of information before you lock the trip in. One, because we know how Black folks act. We've had a few, and I'm just putting that out there. Hey, we all family on here. Listen, we did a trip to London. And this was a customized tour. We specialize in customized tours as well for groups. And we messed around and told them the hotel that we booked it. And they called the hotel to find out the price and compare it to what we were doing, and had the audacity to say that we were overcharging them.
Oh, wow.
Never mind that we put everything together. Never mind that I literally had a tour concierge in London that worked for us in London with them the entire time. Never mind that. So, and I actually shared with Lauren, one of the ladies, kind of for this particular trip, haggling me about the price. And I'm like, and I don't have a lot of people hacking on us about the price, really. The customers have been great.
Well, just in my opinion, if you really want me to go there, what you guys offer, you don't charge enough. That's just me saying it.
Right.
You give a lot more than what you should be charging. I'm just being real with you.
Yeah.
Because if it was my stuff, I'm about to hit you over the head with it because we actually giving you more than what you're paying for. But those kind of people, and I've dealt with those kind of people. Hey, well, what about this? And this person don't charge that. I was like, okay, well, go to that person and God bless you. But over here, this is what we're gonna do. I don't want everybody's business, and I don't want everybody's money. Like sometimes when I'm doing this advertising thing, they, oh, well, this person charged this, and why are you charging that? Well, go to that person,
right,
and do you. But over here, this is what we got going on. So yeah, I don't, that's bringing a bone, carrying a bone, and negativity. And from what we have seen from experience, you don't want that kind of person on your tour because one person or a little clique can start a bunch of drama. So no, please, no.
And I told her respectfully, this may not be the trip for you. This may not be the trip, and that's okay. You can certainly find a company that work for you, and I agree. But we want to make sure that people are able to join us, right? Because it's about the experience, and as we build, we want to have several dates where people can go where they don't have to wait once once a year. And even me, as I was about to say, expressing it to Lauren, she said, "What?" They said, "What?" She said, "Man, I didn't even have to think on the trip. Why would they say that?" And sometimes we deal with that, but not a lot. So I will say your viewers are great viewers, because not a lot of people. In fact, I've had people call and say that's an amazing price.
Yeah,
and if I could just briefly jump in, I did want to say that I don't think people understand that the price includes so many personal touches. I mean, when we were in Senegal, Kia literally had us with an excellent guide that was with us every single step of the way. When we went to the markets, he was there to keep us from getting taken advantage of. We had driver every single day. We have special events going on. I mean, you don't have to think about any of this stuff. And so people need to realize, yeah, maybe you could get a cheaper price if you do everything yourself, but you're having someone do all the work for you. So that comes at a premium. And I agree with Phil. They're not charging enough for everything that they do.
Yeah, and they've even taken care of my people and even my family. Because when I went to Kenya last time, it was me and my wife. They went to Kenya, and also my team, and they made sure that we were taken care of as well. So, like I said, they do a good job at doing that, because if they didn't, trust me, this wouldn't be a conversation.
Yeah, and I thank y'all for saying that. And to add this last caveat, even when we were in Senegal, we were in someone's home in Medina Bay, the holy city of Senegal. We were in these people's home eating with our hands and our feet out. And, those are the touches that you're going to see, and forget about it. As I was bragging on that trip about Kenya, Lauren, you are about to lose your mind on this Kenya trip. Is so much intel into it, and I'm so excited. And I want to say shout out to Made in Africa, because they definitely help us execute that trip in Senegal. So shout out to RJ and Aaliyah with Made in Africa.
All right. With all that being said, Kia, give people information how they can sign up for the tour. I know you gave us a special link for that. Thank you for that, because that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, just tell people how to sign up and how to get plugged in.
Yeah, so you can go to our website right now. Is wvsvs.com. If you click the link in Phil's bio, right there, he has a special link that take you directly to the website where you can put your deposit. We are still taking deposits. We have 7 slots left. So if you're interested in going, join us right now. I would also like to add, we do have our 2023 dates out next year. Next year, we have dubbed our next year tours the Black Tour. It is 365 days of Black history through travel. Check us out. We're adding Belize and Panama next year. So if you're interested in going to those locations, go to the website right now. If you have any questions, you can email us at services@wv.com. If you are on IG, we are Worldviews Travel Group. Check us out on YouTube. And you can even look up our reviews that are located on our website through TripAdvisor.
All right, Sister Lauren, like I said, I appreciate you joining us as well today. And we can't wait to let you see Kenya. I know you're excited about that.
I am very excited. Thank you for allowing me to share my experience, and it'll be great to see you guys again in person.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you check the pinned comment below down there. I always put it at the first, because I just know it just make it easier for you. Just go down there, click the link. Like I said, don't listen to other Black folk. I gotta say this again. Don't listen to Black folks telling you about why you want to go over there and all. Listen, go for yourself. You need a break from these white supremacists. So go to Kenya, experience it for yourself. See if get on the beach. You're not gonna have a bunch of police harassing you. Karen is not gonna bother you. None of that. You can just enjoy yourself and have a good time. I want you to see it. So it's a once in a lifetime trip for you. Okay, so just do that. We waste money on Gucci belts and Louis Vuitton and all that other stuff. You waste money on. You go to restaurants and spend hundreds of dollars. Just why don't you apply that? Just go to a trip, see it for yourself. It's all inclusive. You don't have to do anything. They make it very, very easy for you. So Kia and Lauren, thank you for just coming by and give us an update.
Thank you for
Thank you, Phil.
Living in America as a Black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a Black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.